Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How we look, how we sound. How we looking, how we sound. Look good? Sound good? Happy Sunday, everybody. Here, it's my hero day. My hero day. My hero greatness. I'm excited. This is a chapter that I've been super duper excited for. Kind of been a little giddy and antsy. I've been feeling like I needed to stay off the internet for this one because I feel like there might be something that'll happen in this chapter that could be crazy. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe and I'm gonna keep off the internet. I'll play it safe. But I am like this chapter. Whew. Whew. Oh man. Badman Milton, what's going on, everybody? Lamar, this chapter is a fat 10 if you understand Deku's character. Oh, we Deku lovers over here, man. We love Deku. Happy Sunday. How's everybody? Oh man. I'm excited. 305. I'm not looking at it yet. I haven't pulled it up yet. I'm still looking at the My Hero chapter list. Let me get some order. I don't want to waste any more time, right? I'm kind of excited. Let me pull up the chapter. Looking at it right now. Ooh, Nana. All right, looking at it right now. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into this. Anybody that plays sports, particularly football, do this. It's a cold day. Need to come through in the clutch. I'm excited. Okay. All right. Chapter 305, Izuku Midoriya and Tomura Shigaraki. So last week was Izuku Midoriya and Toshinori Yagi. That was the title. This week is okay. Tell me, can you kill Tomura Shigaraki? That's not a request. I'm asking about your resolve. 2. You looked at him and saw someone who looked like he needed saving. That's what you thought. We know that much because we're in sync with your emotions. Look how he's looking up at her. The issue is he sure didn't look that way to us. No doubt he's suffering. What with all for one taking over his meat suit. But that doesn't mean the kid is hoping to be saved. Even in a sitch like that, his eyes were filled with nothing but hate. That's how he was groomed. My brother's own damaged body now holds him back. So it's likely that he schemed to hijack the boy's body and soul as a part of a grand plan to acquire One for All. Okay? First me, then my successor, N. Name? That bastard tried stealing One for All from us twice and failed twice. Okay. Bending and breaking the basic principle of One for All takes a powerful will and emotion strong enough to override One for All. Emotions so strong they're too much for one person to bear. We're thinking he's trying to use Shigaraki's hatred to get the job done. The rule is that only the will of One for All's wielder can affect it. But your rage is starting to eat away at that very rule. I need to zoom in on this. I'm on 4, by the way. Okay, that's the flashback back then. Okay. Alright. 1-5. Because the origin of One for All was itself a powerful will that refused to submit to All for One. That's the basic premise, not premise, premise. The basic premise is that One for All is tasked with destroying All for One. It seemed that Yagi accomplished this, but my tenacious brother managed to rise again. I'm on 5 right now. I'm on the bottom of 5. And Izuku. I think this is hilarious. I still think them being in timeout is funny. What I want to know is, did he attempt to steal it from Banjo and N twice, or both of them combined? He attempted 2 times to do it. So is it 2 attempts in total, or 4 attempts? I'm pretty sure it's 2 because that's what he said, but I'm curious. All right, I'm on 6. Let me zoom in. I know telling you this is incredibly unfair to you, especially after all that talk about how you can't walk away from this. Tomura Shigaraki is my grandson. To better fight All for One, I removed myself from my son's life, and Tomura was the end result. It's beyond shameful for an adult who's failed over and over to burden a boy of 16 with her old debts. I know that, but all the same, you can see the pain in her face. 7. If that thing grows into the ultimate evil, then nobody will be able to stop it. These are the butterfly wings that we got to see. Like, I like that because we got to see him in a cocoon when he was going in for the surgery. It was like he was going into a cocoon, and he was gonna like hatch out of it. And I think that was like at the point where people were like, Shigaraki's gonna have butterfly wings. Oh my gosh. They lack that, but I like the visualization though. Someday you will fight against that ultimate evil, perhaps. It won't be enough to simply forgive him or to try to come to an understanding. There are some people in this world who cannot be saved. Is this the face that she saw? I wonder if that's the last thing she saw. This evil face? Is this supposed to be an embodiment of just like evil itself? Or could that be All for One, like at some like disgusting level? Because I know like there was like the huge, like, how can I describe it? When she pushed him All Might away, like in her final moments, there was like some, like, dare I say, like Lovecraftian thing that All for One had became like in the city. Could that be it? Or I wonder if this is just an embodiment or a visualization. I can't speak today, of like the ultimate evil. What's up, Julian? What's going on? 8. We're going to 8. All right. If a person who looks like they need saving actually turns out to be someone beyond saving, will you have the resolve to kill him if that's what it takes? All waiting on a response. The pain in her face is just like the worst. It's like the worst. I'm leaning towards it being a representation of a more grotesque form of All for One. I can see that. That is from the comic book, the first user in All for One we're reading. Was it really? There's a lot of really? Yeah, I really didn't remember that. I remember the whole conversation that, because I went back. I like reread some stuff here and now. And I remember like how All for One was explaining that the villain always loses in the end, but halfway through the story, the Demon King does come out successful. I remember all that stuff, but I don't remember that face. All right. I'm on the bottom of 9. I could see he was hurting, or rather, I could feel it. 10. When Shigaraki's consciousness invaded One for All, when he was focusing so hard on his own dream, I felt it inside all that rage. I felt a little boy crying. Wow. Wow. Well, look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at this panel of Stain Muscular overall. That's seeing her face on 11 almost got me to tear up real fast. Up till now, I've come up against all types. They refused to back down, so fighting was the only way to stop them. But I never understood what made them turn out that way. If I had, maybe things would have worked out differently. I love that. I love that each villain that Deku has gone head up with literally is just or who knows, maybe I still would have had to fight them anyway. I love that. Where Stain, Overhaul, Muscular are villains that were irreconcilable. You couldn't talk to them, so you had to fight them. But then you get to Gentle, where he was able to eventually talk to Gentle, and he realizes certain things. Like, even though they did have a scrap, it's so good. Valoni, what's up? Wait, did I go too far? Ooh. Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh my gosh, look at this double. Shigaraki killed so many people. He's hurt people near and dear to me. And yet, One for All is a power meant for saving, not killing. All Might taught me that. Look at Kid Deku approaching a Kid Shigaraki. Dude, Hori, he is going off with the paneling in this chapter. And like, I'm just like looking at 14 and 15 and he's just going off, like, what? He's just, what? And not just me. All Might and all of you who've built up this power have given hope to countless people out there. I get that this power was first meant to destroy that evil. But you've all given your lives to link the chain this far. And I think there's another big purpose behind it all. Look at Deku, like the clouds are coming, the clouds are coming off of him. Oh my gosh. Look at All Might's crying. Maybe there is no other way besides killing. And I don't know what I'm going to do when the time comes. But I want to save that little boy. That's incredible. Good. That's why we have your back. Look at Nana's reduced to tears. All Might reduced to tears. First user smiling. Oh my goodness. It's fortunate that our power passed to you two. Did the stuff like miss back onto him? Sorry for testing you like that. It's fortunate that our power passed on to you too. Speaking about All Might and Deku, Gran Torino still lives, so when you wake up, please give him my best. Sorihiko, we made a bad decision. But we've been blessed with wonderful disciples. I don't want to see Nana cry, man. Okay. Now play nice, you two. You have to cooperate with our successor. He needs your help to unleash his full power. All right, so we're getting into it next week. Okay, so what the deal is that it seems like they don't agree with what's going on. He totally is. Like, if I'm being honest, this final panel with the two of these people right here, they really do. If I'm being honest, they really do look like Kirishima and Bakugo. Like, I'm being so serious. They really do. Like, this genuinely does look like an older Bakugo. I'm not, like, I can't get it out of my brain now. It genuinely does. Like, it genuinely does kind of look like them a little bit. Like, for real. Like, seriously, it really does. It kind of does look like Kirishima just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, just a little bit. It kind of does look like him. Like a little side profile. If we look at a little side panel of Kirishima, it kind of do. It could be. I'm okay, so I wonder if, like, what's the deal with them? I wonder if they are in fact villains. I wonder if they just don't agree. I wonder if they just don't agree with how they all feel. I wonder if that's the case. Like, they all, like, it, because it seems like Banjo and, oh damn it, I forgot what's the fourth user's name? It's like Shira something. Oh my gosh, how I forget that fast? I have to. I'm going back real quick. I have to look. Shinomori. All right, Shinomori. So we have because it seems like the first user. Do we have a name for him yet? No, right? It seems like the first user, and then Shinomori, and then Banjo, and then N, and Nana, All Might all agree on what needs to be done. They all agree. They all have the same mindset on everything that needs to be done. They all were on or in the same test. Like in this testing of Deku for this chapter 305. And it just, maybe these two don't agree with how they're these two just don't agree with the plan that the rest of them agreed on, like majority decision. So it's just like, we're just gonna stand this one out. And now the first is like, since all of us are like down the play and get right into this, stop stop being jerks. Come on, like essentially like that. Might be vigilantes. Yeah, villain might be a little bit strong because they're literally the second and third one. Fate is really good though. This is a great chapter. I didn't know I needed to see a kid Deku approaching a kid Shigaraki until right now, until we get to see that panel. I had a thought when I read this. What if that is Bakugo's great grandfather or something? Maybe it could be someone related to Bakugo. I think it'd be nuts if it really was Bakugo. I don't know how we do that, but it's crazy if it is. I don't know. The paneling for this chapter is something, and it's like a chapter like this that makes me feel I have a feeling that it's like a chapter like this just makes me feel Hori didn't do this in a week. It's absolutely possible that he did it in a week, but it just makes me feel as if a lot of these pages could have been done previously. Part of me thinks one of them is going to be like, you're a chump if you're not going to kill him, then you can't use my power. I like that. This chapter really does bring to life the vestiges. I agree, Madman. Toga does. I feel like Toga has the potential to be changed. Not changed, saved. It's just Toga, like, her quirk did a number. Like, a number. Like, her quirk just, like, it warps her personality. So it's hard for her to ever be normal in a sense. Like, I don't think there was anything you could have done. That, like, Toga's situation is a hard one just because of what her quirk is. It's kind of hard to, like, if you tell her to suppress it, you're telling her to suppress her actual personality. So it's like her situation is very hard. It's a very hard one. Those two were from a time when All for One's rampage was at its worst. Good point outs. A lot of you are saying the same thing. Like, they could believe that deadly force is necessary. Like, they could believe that deadly force is absolutely necessary. I really love this chapter. I really do. I really do love this chapter. What I wanted to do. Hold on. What I want to do. Quick. Zoom in. It's good. It's good. He's good. These two are most definitely going to be the most lit at this, as the kids would say. What's up, Skylar? How are you? Them being in timeout is still the funniest thing to me. This All Might panel on 14, and this little Deku panel with him yelling out, like him calling out to him. Ah, man. I would love to get a name for the first user. We have a name for everybody except for the two in timeout and the first user, right? I'm not crazy. We don't know. I still don't know what Pog mean. It was like a game back in, like, I missed that. Like Pog, like that game wasn't in my elementary school. I was hoping you're gonna ignore Skylar all stream. Nah, I can't do that. I missed that. I missed that whole thing. So like when Pog like made a resurgence like in the last couple of years, I'm like, what the hell is that? And I did some research. I'm like, from the 90s? I missed that. Completely missed that. The first user's last name is Shigaraki. Is it? Or are you pulling my leg? Is it? Or are you pulling my leg? Kid Deku is one of my favorite characters. Right, Madman. Deku's words literally made energy cry. Because that's all Might is in this vestige world at this point. It's just like energy. He literally made energy cry. This is a great... All for One's last name is All... I'm so stupid. Yeah, Shigaraki is All for One's last name. Yeah. I'm stupid. That's right. Yeah. So we know his name is Shigaraki. Well, I wonder what his given name is. Oh, I should say that. What's the first user's given name? You know what I appreciate? With this? That through all of this, it really does feel like the first user is the one that, like, they all work together. But the first user seems like he's the one that calls the shots. Like, I don't, because it's all like they all work by committee, it seems. But it really does feel like the first user is the one that has the most, like he has the most to say. He seems like he knows the most. He's the most knowledgeable, it seems like. Well, up into like everything that he knows. Like he doesn't know about stuff past his lifetime unless it's only the stuff that they have told him. But I kind of enjoy it. Like he's the one that's like center stage. Kinda. It's pretty cool. I do like that just the attention to detail on how their chairs are positioned, that All Might and the first user are in the middle, basically in the middle. All Might's the one in the middle because like I didn't think of this last week, but like One for All was a quirk that was passed on. Like it originated with the first, and then the second, the third, the fourth. But it really is All Might's quirk. Right? It's like All Might's quirk. So it's cool that All Might gets to sit like in the middle because like it's his, but then the first user is right there, right to his right. To his right. He's right there. I enjoy that attention to detail. I looked it up. Twitch speak, so basically play the game. Oh, Pog. Huh. I thought Pog was something from like the 90s as well. I feel like it was. Damn, I hate Zoomers. It's so foreign, PogChamp. I would have never guessed that. Play of the game. This is one of my favorite chapters. It's one of my favorite chapters. So apparently that part about Deku having his privacy was a lie then. Yeah. Well, I guess, yeah, yes and no, because when they said that, it was like a crisis situation that was happening, so maybe they were just all paying attention. They were paying attention. But maybe like in normal day life, they won't pay attention until something crazy happens. I don't know. That is true. You know, Deku's never told All Might this, has he? Like, All Might knows how much Deku looks up to him, right? Like, that's one, like, All Might knows that, yeah, the boy, like, idolizes me in a sense. And that's why he would always tell him, like, you need to become your own person, yada, 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 yada. But, I think this is the first time that he's actually heard Deku say how much All Might really means to him. That's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. That makes his tears even more profound. That makes his tears even more profound because it's something that I noticed, and I don't know if a bunch of other people noticed, but as Deku was continuing to grow and grow, like continue to grow as a person and then grow the quirk as well, he stopped, like everything he did at the start of the series was like, All Might, what's this? All Might, what's that? All Might, this, All Might, this, that. Like he went to All Might first before everything. And now Deku's to the point where it's just like, goes to All Might, yeah, but he'll spend this time with this person. He'll go with that person. And what All Might wants. All Might wants the boy to grow and build his own connections, not to be hanging off of his coattails. But you could see it, like All Might kind of felt like he was getting left behind because he doesn't have a quirk anymore. He feels like kind of like helpless. So that's when he comes with the notebook, like, here are all the past users, I can be useful again to you. And it's weird to have All Might feel that way, but it's kind of like All Might putting his mortality at stake, like him thinking about that like consistently, like the future and all that stuff. So just to have, like, for him to hear Deku say this, like amid all of those emotions, I think really hits. I think that's why he cries from this, because it's just like, well, damn, boy really does care. Like, everything I'm doing isn't for nothing. Like, even though he does stuff, like, he's very flawed and he's a very, like, human character. Like, he's very human. He's relatable because he messes up a lot. All Might I'm speaking of. But it's just cool to have this moment of him look at Deku and have these things said and to actually realize it. I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. I can't wait till next week. By the way, I'm beating the user on beating the user on the I'm betting. Okay. I agree, Ron. It's very pog. These are engines, huh? Do you get another look of him? Because it's kind of blocked by the next chapter hits. You thinking this is someone related to Ida? It does look like engines of some sort. Super buggers. I feel like this is like supreme bait. I feel like it is supreme bait. You want to know what? There's no way that this guy is Bakugo, because as much as Bakugo can be annoying, right? As much as Bakugo can be annoying, we have to admit there hasn't been a single outfit drawn for him in the entire series to date that has been whack. And I can agree that this guy in this his outfit is not cool. His outfit is not cool. This guy's outfit is so whack. Like, it's so trash. It's so base. It's a vest. Well, I went back to 304 so I could get a good look at him. He's wearing a long sleeve Under Armour with seemingly Under Armour, but with a vest and some belts, and like, that's not like Bakugo always looks cool. That's one thing. Hori makes sure that kid looks cool. Like, and if he's like Bakugo is wearing slacks, loafers, and a tank top when Deku and Bakugo 2 happens. He's always smooth and clean. No way. There's no way that this dude is Bakugo. Off of that alone. Off of that alone. No, I'm just saying, like, if it was Bakugo going back, Bakugo would at least have some, he would be clean at least. That's what I'm saying. He would be clean. That would mean Ida would be relevant to the story again, so I kind of hope. But I really don't want them to be related in any established. Yeah, I kind of lean more towards that one. I would like it if these two dudes are just two dudes. And this is just Hori baiting us. That's what I would like. I would like that. I would rather that than like 8 grown-ass adults knowing when I'm about to get a they'll know more than that. They know everything. They know everything. They know everything. If for these two guys, I personally would like it if they were just two guys. I get a kick out of when Hori baits the community because they think they figured something out. I do feel I enjoy that. I enjoy that because yeah, I do enjoy that. Like I enjoy it. The only thing I'll say is if these two guys are some sort of time travel versions of characters that we know, Hori gonna have to do some writing. I'm not gonna immediately cast it off if that is the case. All right, I'm not gonna immediately cast it off. Because for me, for other people, he has done them wrong. But for me and my enjoyment of My Hero Academia, Hori has not done me wrong. So if it is in fact one of them, he is going to have to do some writing. He's going to have to do some writing. He's going to have to write. He's going to have to write because there's no way you can include that and then just expect people to be cool, especially when it was never established. My money's still on one of them having a spawn type quirk, ones where you have to hurt other people to heal yourself. I could see it would be cool. One of these two could have that quirk. That's possible. One of these two could have that quirk. Or he chuckles, I'm in danger. I don't. Any guesses on Deku's 3 remaining quirks? I don't know. I like the spawn one. I like that one that Dexter's coming up with. If you would have told me he gets a spider sense, I couldn't see that, but knowing how much he loves Spider-Man, it makes sense. I don't know. I literally don't know. If we look at what he has, so right now, Deku has super strength just because of the nature of the quirk. Because it's based off of a stockpiling quirk. So he's very strong. But Deku's not vulnerable, right? And he's not invulnerable. He's not. There's a penalty. Yeah. Two of them were Spider-Man and Superman. Are we sure one of them was Superman? I remember it was a lot of people were thinking Wolverine, which is a healing factor. A lot of people were thinking Devilman, which is a gajillion different things it could be. There were some other things like Spider-Man obviously was in there. Ultraman was in there. Because I remember we spent a good 45 minutes. I wonder if the remaining predecessors' quirks are related to the body parts that are hidden in the Vestige world. Black Whip could be arms, Float torso, Danger Sense could be the head. Ah, yeah. So right now, if we look at Deku's mouth, his upper body, and his legs are there, but his whole waist to knees are not there. Yeah, Black Whip is arms, those are there. Float torso, the midsection's there. Danger sense is his head, that's there. I don't. It's interesting. That now, what could you relate to all the other stuff that is missing? I don't know. The 6 user's name also, I mean, apparently means smoke. His name was N, right? So N means smoke. Well, that was the translated name that they gave us. N. Spider-Man, Superman, Wolverine, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Devilman, and Dr. Midnight are the characters. Yeah. That the theory is less. Yeah. So we could check Spider-Man off that list. Essentially, we could check Superman off that list because Deku can fly. Wolverine is still on the board. A Kamen Rider is kind of like a Power Ranger in a sense. They come from the same universe. So I don't see anything that Deku does that's similar to that. Well, Full Calling could be considered as a Super Sentai transformation. I don't know. Ultraman, Devilman, and Dr. Midnight are the characters. Korka's Sword of Justice, Superman, Spider-Man, Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Spawn, Devilman. Those are the ones in that panel. Kimuri is smoking Japanese. Gotcha. What's up, Donald? How are you? Spawn is not there. I think he's looking at the guy with the cape, like the guy with the guy with the cape. There is someone with an individual that has something that looks like Spawn's cape. I remember. I don't have the panel in front of me, but I do remember that. I do remember that. So Spawn is a possibility. Devilman's main power is a physical transformation. All Might? No. All Might is he was a large person. I think people thinking All Might's buff, like what he did towards the end of him being All Might, is something that was related to the quirk. If you look at, was that last chapter 304? I think that just answers your question on does All Might transform into like a buff version of himself. This on 304 on page 11, I'm assuming that Deku and All Might in the same panel are the same exact age, and he is literally a half a body bigger than Deku. So I think All Might is just a large person. Like he's just like naturally 7 feet tall. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how large of a man he is. But I think that's just the case. He's just big. He's just a big person. I get that. I just went on a side. I'm not saying that you're saying that, Madman. I just went on a tangent. I just went on a tangent. I know Devilman literally transforms into like a grotesque monster. So I'm not indicted, like that wasn't directed at you. I'm just saying I think that panel alone addresses that. I think that panel addresses just people wondering what that is. All Might's just built different. Yeah. I can see Deku doing some sort of Aang moment with Shigaraki. I could see it. Because he's kind of like what Deku is saying now is what Aang didn't get to say. At this point, I'm throwing away the idea that there are any connections or themes to their powers. Think so? I don't know. I could get on board with that if that panel of those 7 heroes didn't contain characters that have quirks, like that have similar powers to what Deku currently has. I think that's the only thing. I could get on board with that. I think it's just that. Like, don't put it past Hori to get a chance to stick Spider-Man in this series because it's its favorite hero, but I do think there could be some relation to that. Kamen Rider has no powers, right? Like I think the only thing with like Kamen Rider is kind of like a Power Ranger or a Super Sentai. Like they transform and then they become like these amazing people. But like I don't know like what kind of like how would a Kamen Rider like be connected to Deku? Like I think what would be cooler, and I don't know where this comes from, but like what if Deku had like a Guyver ability? Like he could summon like a Guyver suit. I don't know. Like it's just stuff I that's where I go when I think of Kamen Rider. When you stop and think about it, Black Whip, when Deku masters it, it probably cover like a city because we don't know how far it can reach. So the sky is the limit. Yeah. There's no limitation. There's only but so much they can instruct him on because one for all, excuse me. It's like turbocharging, supercharging the quirks. Puts on shades. Kamen Rider is a metaphor for Izuku. Bland and generic, but a lot of potential to be something. You need the CSI Miami music to kick in right after you finish saying that. I think with this chapter, there's no way Deku goes on a vigilante killing spree. Not an actual killing spree, but I don't think it's possible now because he has like all of these individuals in his mind that are going to keep him from going down that track. Or maybe he finds a way to shut them out. What if he does that? Distant sounds like wow, the Kamen Rider fans are going to get you. If I'm being honest, I've never met a Kamen Rider fan on the internet or in real life in my entire life. I never did. Never have. Weird. Like no, I haven't. Seriously, I haven't. I have no idea what Kamen Rider is. It's similar to Power Rangers and Beetleborgs and all that stuff. Similar. It's very similar to that. Pushes up glasses like an anime character. Well, actually. This chapter was good. This chapter was good. I just keep like going through looking at different panels. Yuri of Wind, a semi-big YouTuber. He loves Kamen Rider. I didn't know who Yuri of Wind was until you just typed that in the chat. I didn't know. I didn't say it. You're right. Where's Inko? She's gone, man. It's how we're waiting all this time to find out whether or not Inko is dead. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying there's someone. I truly believe that Hori is writing this. That's what I'm. Ooh. You're saying it before I can. I genuinely believe that he's writing it so that we learn this information. Right? He's leaving that one tidbit after all of this like positive conversations and all these like developments of the quirk one for all. The relationships that he's building with all of them. Him like reaffirming like his actual beliefs and how he feels. All for him to wake up to the news that his mother's dead. And the reason why his mother died is the same person that he wants to try to save. It's like that. Like that'll be something else. Like he wants to try to save Shigaraki, but in the end, Shigaraki is the reason why Inko is dead. Crazy. I think that would be a cool way to turn this. What I personally want is for him to wake up and she's right there. That's what I want. I just want him to wake up and she's sitting right there. That's what I want. But if she's gone, oof. Big oof. I feel like they could start taking advantage of every episode. No. Oh, I missed your first one. By the way, what do you guys think? Is the anime going to keep the first episode as filler when we get to around season 6? No, you're just sadistic. 65-35, that shit's gone. I can sign up with that. What is this? Now, NW, you timed Amine out like a gajillion times yesterday. Thank you, but what was he saying? Something about, was what Amine was saying correct? Or something like My Hero's supposed to come out the 27th, but it's not coming out until the 5th. Like, what? You know what he's talking about? So he said something like it was just one time. I thought I seen him get timed out like two times yesterday. No, I know. Dexter, did you time out Amine? There's gonna be an episode 0 for season 5. Really? Bakugo's plot armor extends to his family. They're fine. No, he deletes his comments. Okay. I guess that's what it was. I thought he got timed out a bunch of times yesterday. But there's gonna be an episode 0 for season 5. So what is that? What does an episode 0 mean? Is there any information on what that episode 0 is going to be? All right, Becky. I didn't know you were still here, Becky. I appreciate you for being here. Have a good one. But do we make, so does the are they doing that? That's what I'm saying. Are they going to make the Are they going to make the episode 0 like the recap filler episode and then give us 25 episodes? Are they going to do that? Because usually my hero is 25 episodes, but one of those episodes is like that first episode is a filler recap. It's a recap episode done as filler, so it kind of flows with the story. But what Valonia is saying, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that for the start of season 6, because like that's going to be the start of the war. I think I kind of enjoy it. Like I would enjoy that if it was like in episode 0, here's your recap. Like I kind of like how each season they do start it off with that. Gives you like a little, like, here's our characters again. And like, here's like a brief recap of all the stuff that's happened. And we get like a pool episode or stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know how you do that for, it's easy for this season. You can do that easily for this season. I don't know how you do that for next season. I don't know. That's interesting. Okay, episode 0. That's right. That's right. The first episode should be Dabi. The first episode should be Dabi pulling up. I hate recaps. I have this weird relationship with recap episodes because I usually don't like them either, but, and this just goes with anything My Hero, it seems like, for My Hero, it always gets me excited. Like that whole recap episode with the guy writing the article on whatever the heck is happening, and he has the conversation with Deku. That junk really like made me like excited and amped for the series. It made like I'm thinking back on those memories, and I was very happy watching that episode. It was weird. It was definitely weird, but I really did enjoy that. It's literally the next scene in the manga. So the recap should be Endeavor's point of view. I would like that. What if they did the recap? I don't know how it would work, but like it's like the literal, like we have some like filler thoughts of Endeavor, and then the end of that filler episode, Dabi shows up, and then it just hangs, and then we start off with the actual content from the manga in episode 1. Like after he hits the ground, he raises the fist, and we just have like filler recap thoughts. I like that, Dexter. I like that a lot. And then the end of the episode, you see something that would allude you to someone's pulling up. I would like if they just showed Dabi at the end of that episode. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see the joint training arc, man. I really can't. Everyone's like, the arc's boring. I'm just like, yo, I'm actually hyped to watch the joint training arc. I truly am. No, you know what was funny? I don't know where I saw this from. I don't know if this was like the one time I was on Twitter like a week or two ago, or if this is like a YouTube comment somewhere. But someone was like, they said something about another sports festival. And it was something like they want to see another sports festival, and that Deku being in the sports festival kind of makes it like crazy. They kind of make it crazy. So like now that he's like in a coma, in a sense, he's in this vestige world. They could do another sports festival with him not in it. And someone's comment was like, have you been reading? There's no time for a sports festival. It was the funniest thing. It was like, there's no time for a sports festival. Have you been paying attention to what's going on in the series? So society is crumbling and you want teenagers to fight each other. It's weird. That was funny. They might do the recap during joint training if episode 0 is in recap. Okay. Yeah. I'd take that job. They couldn't let me direct anything. I'd go kill Happy on NPCs. I wouldn't want to see Dexter's sports festival. It's killing people in the audience. Someone's got to die in the tournament. So I don't know. I can imagine. I want to see Bakugo haters react to his team's fight. I remember reading Bakugo's fight like, hey, yo, he went out. He went off. Call me gullible, but I didn't see Deku activating Black Whip at that moment. And I'm pretty sure it's foreshadowed that the boy could have had multiple quirks. I didn't see that coming. Shocked the hell out of me. It's like, what's happening? No, you know what's gonna piss me off? It would have been the Dark Tournament. It would have been the Dark Tournament, but a lot more shonen friendly. I think the Dark Tournament is the best tournament in shonen. Hot take. But you know what's gonna annoy me, and I know it's gonna piss me off when Black Whip goes crazy. When Black Whip goes crazy and Deku starts like second guessing himself, like, and he starts like, no, like I tried, like people are gonna crucify the boy, and it's gonna piss me off. And it's gonna make me mad. Like, as soon as Deku's gonna, like, he starts, like, that's not a hot take. Everyone, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yu Yu Hakusho has some of the best, like, moments, period. Not even, like, general. Like, I'm not even gonna, like, drill it into a specific category. It just has some of the best moments. That tournament arc is great. It's great. I can't think of a tournament that comes, like, what is second? Like, what is second to the Dark Tournament? It's like the Dark Tournament and then a gap, and then you can come up with second place? I don't know. Saw the multiple quirks thing coming ever since the sports festival scene when Izuku did the Avatar State thing. I've never watched Yu Yu Hakusho, and even I know the tournament arc there is a cult classic to me. It does it right. It does tournaments right. Does it right. Like, each one of the main cast all get a power up. They all go sicko. They all, like, it's great. It's great. It's great. You're about to go make me go watch it. You're gonna make me go watch it. Gonna make me watch it. Chapter Black is the second best arc in Yu Yu Hakusho after the Dark Tournament. I agree. I agree. Attack on Titan episode delayed. Is it? Never forget when Yusuke copped the feel in the middle of a fight, then proceeded to kick said person through a wall and say it was gender equality. Man, Yusuke's he's one of, like, if I had to rate, like, my favorite, like, characters, like, main characters. Yes, Earthquake. Oh man, I didn't know that. Like, Yusuke is in my top 10. Crunchyroll says, due to news coverage of Earthquake in Wakayama, the broadcast and simulcast of 73 has been postponed. We thank you for your patience and understanding. Well, it's much more important. It's much more important than a damn anime episode to keep people, like, if that Earthquake is that freaking bad. Ironically, the Earthquake hit in the middle of the Attack on Titan broadcast. Wow. So I'm about to ruin otters for y'all. I'm gonna go read this chapter about 55,000 times. I didn't even know about an earthquake. I didn't hear about that either. Otters are right. Yes. Otters and kill baby seals. Otters are something else. I'm about to ruin otters for y'all. Oh, are people complaining about it? Wow, natural disaster. Meanwhile, oh no, my cartoon. I'm gonna go read this chapter again. It deserves my reread. Doesn't like him. I think the only thing I'm holding on to with this Bakugo lookalike guy is that Bakugo's hair in the manga is all white. There's no coloring in it whatsoever. And this guy, his hair is shaded in a little bit. That's it. That is it. That's it. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna go actually eat. And then I don't have anything to watch because I usually watch Attack on Titan. You guys, when I say I'm gonna go watch Attack on Titan, I literally, like, I watch the episode and then I watch it again and then like I reread the My Hero chapter while Attack on Titan's playing in the background, and then when it ends, I rewind it to the beginning and I let it play again, and I'm doing other stuff on my phone and I'm looking up. I watched the Attack on Titan episode, no lie, like 10 times every Sunday. It just like stays on. I have not watched Mushoku Tensei. So in the last 2 days, I was like 7 episodes behind on ReZero. I caught up. And in the same day, I was 7 episodes behind. I want to say 7 episodes behind on Slime, and I caught up in the same day. So the next 2 shows on my list are Mushoku Tensei, because I have not watched an episode of that, and Wonder Egg. And Wonder Egg is something I watched the first episode, and I haven't watched anything else on it either. So those might be the 2 things I end up watching today. Those might be the 2 things that I may binge, so I can go into next week watching all of these things as they go on. I needed, like, I was hearing things about Slime, and I was like, I'm gonna get to Slime eventually. And then it's not a spoiler, but I just heard comparisons of Rimuru and Ainz. So if you know who Ainz is, and you think of what Rimuru is, and you hear that comparison, I was like, no more. And I caught up. I was like, I need to be live. With this. Mushoku Tensei is creepy trash. Really. I gave it a second chance and I just couldn't do it. The MC is trash. The fans are the worst. I'll give the first episode a try. I at least want to hear. Like, I want to see what everyone's talking about. Slime Tensei is top isekai along with Log Horizon. Slime is really freaking. Dude, when the last 3 episodes of Slime, I was like, oh, what? Ah! How the last episode ended in Slime? Whoa. Like, okay, we're doing this. There are a number of scenes in Mushoku that I've skipped. I've heard from people there's not going to be that. It has potential to be a good isekai. Didn't it got like the long running like treatment, right? So it's going to be around for a while. I did hear that. It gets worse. Damn. They say that every week. And it gets worse. Okay. All right. Now for real this time, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. We'll be back here next Sunday. Now next Sunday might be the usual time that we stream. So like this week was an exception. People were sick, staying away. But next week I think we'll be back to the normal time we usually do this. So look forward to that. And I'll be doing the usual stuff throughout the week. So if you're interested, slide on by. With that, getting out of here. Happy Sunday. See you guys.